And welcome everybody. This is the a new video here on the product packaging assignment that we're doing here. And I'm going to talk a little bit about some shots that our students have done that are pretty really great. So product packaging. We're going to have to do a lot of photographs of packages as we go through Commercialville here. Some of us will do more than others, but if you're anywhere near manufacturing or working with clients who make things, you'll obviously photograph the things, but you may also have to photograph the package. Now, in this particular case, John shot the wine bottles, the bottles here, and it's just a really super shot. Look at all the things that make this thing work so nicely. First of all, notice the highlights. Do you see the highlights, how perfect they are? Also, notice how the highlights show these stamped areas on the bottles, these areas that are reliefed out. Also, notice how the lighting shows us the copper, and it gives us the label all the way up to the stamp on top, and the nice bright light down the side that counterbalances all this space right here. So this is all beautifully nicely lit. We get a little bit of a high powered light on the side, and it just balances it out. This is John McCallister. Let's take a look at how John did the shot. He's got strip boxes, soft boxes, a white card across the top. I think this is key right here. This is really key, this thing across the top. Let's go back and look at the images. Notice how the light comes down and into here, and then notice it picks up right on top of the bottle. This bottle right here is reflecting the top. If there was nothing up there, there was a gap between the soft box on the right and the strip box on the left, then this would only pick up the soft box right about there, and all of this would be gone. So it's a very carefully placed and structured light across the top to keep that highlight going all the way around the bottles. Got a snoot right here, right on the front of the bottles, just to give us this little guy right here, and this little guy, and this little guy. Sorry, let's move this one over right there, just to let us know that there's something happening there. So this is John McCallister in the UK. Arnold Gallardo shot this wonderful cold brew shot with the brewer and the ice, the fake ice here, the whole bit. It is a very good shot. Notice how the whole stuff comes through here. The whole logo looks very good. Notice the highlight on both sides. Got a nice bright highlight over here, a little highlight over here. Some things that could be fixed on this would be to straighten the horizon because it's not quite right, A. And B, pull up this label just a little bit. Just get the where it says the C here and the CO. Let's get that match all the way across. You can do that with, by the way, you can do that with Vivesa very nicely. Just to isolate those tones and bring them up. Vivesa is part of the Nick software, and I think of it as my post-production fill light. It's pretty amazing what it does. So this was a really nice shot. I love what he's done with the background. He got the little spray light behind. Let's see how he did it. We've got a soft box and a strip light on this side, and a scrim from a 5-in-1 with a light coming back through the back of it. So he's not using he's not shining it on the background from under the table the way you would do with a paper background. He's actually shooting it through the panel of light back there. I do believe it has a gel on it as well. Next up, and that was Arnold Gallardo. Next up is Cara McMahon. Carla is down in South Africa. Really beautiful stuff. Notice what she's done here. Notice how perfectly aligned these labels are. Right straight up. Got the color looks really good. We've got the drops of water on it to make it look cold and fresh. And beautiful white background all the way back around. Nice little reflection at the bottom. It's not too heavy, and it just gives us everything we need. And look how beautiful the light is on each one of these. Isn't that nice? all the way down. Beautiful highlight, always in the same spot. Moves right across the front here. Looks great. It's a beautifully composed shot and a really nicely done. Let's look at how Carla did this. She did it this way. Now, some of you may ask, well, could you shoot each bottle of water separately? Yes, you could. Just keep in mind that if you shoot it separately, you can't come straight on to every one of them, because you gotta think about, you know, how life works. So you might shoot this one here and then shoot the next one a little bit to the side of the center of the camera and the next one a little bit more to the side. So when you do put them together, there is a feeling of looking over at that one and looking over at that one, looking straight on at that one. It's moderate in this case, but it's there. Trust me. You don't do it, you'll know it. Here we go. We've got a strip light behind a diffuser. We've got another diffuser with another strip light behind it. We've got a light. I think Carla's doing the same thing. No, she's actually lighting. This is white paper. She's lighting from underneath the table there, just giving a nice little blast of white to that background, cleaning it up. When you do that, you actually lose that back is not, you're never going to see the seam or the horizon or whatever. All that white is just going to blend together just perfectly. It's very nice. Very nice. All right, next up is Graham Kite. Graham is a photographer in Australia. He's done a very, very nice job here with this little setup. We've got the honey everywhere. We've got the things are spilled over. Notice how the logos look really, really good here. Everything looks very good. This looks fine. He's got a horizon back there that is just a little off, but we can fix that in Photoshop or Lightroom, either way. Just make sure your horizons are dead on, folks. They've got to be dead on. But other than that little thing, which is an easy fix, look how he's used the lighting from both sides to give us highlights where we need to see them and keep that logo looking great. And here's Graham's setup. Light from both sides, and he's flagging off the light from the right so that it has a little bit more of a feel of left-hand light. Let's take a look. You see that? A little bit smaller highlight there than on this side. Really nice shot by Graham Kite. And barbecue sauce, packaging for Kraft Original Barbecue Sauce. And look at how pretty the highlights are. Notice how this highlight comes in from the right? We've got a nice edge there. We've got to see that. We've got perfect logos and labels all the way through. Kraft is perfectly aligned here. Where this one's facing out, that one's facing, this one's facing, but the edges are very nice. Everything works great. This is Mark Lund. He's got a piece of, I think it's paneling of some sort of, maybe it's some sort of thing to give him bricks. I don't think it's real bricks, if I remember right. It's something that, like a vinyl something. But let's check this out. White cards, scrim as reflector, strobe with softbox on the top. So there's no lights behind these. And then he's using a white card behind the bottle to give that edge, and a white card behind that bottle to give that edge, and then white cards up front. So it's essentially a single light with cards and the camera. Let's go back and look at a one light shot. And there we go. Here's our top light being reflected. Here's our card that's back over here. Remember we saw those cards over there, giving us this little line right down there, and the same on this side. Very nice shot by Mark Lund. This is good packaging stuff, folks. I wanted you to see it. Let's take a look at Mark's again. Very good. So we have Mark Lund's barbecue sauce. We have Graham Kite's honey. Cara McMahon's sparkling waters. Arnold Gallardo's cold brew. And John McCallister's a great shot of the wine bottles. Also notice how John lowered the camera and shot up at them, giving them even more presence in the frame. So packaging is really, really a big part of what we do. Thanks for coming along. I'll see you next time.